What's up, you GTII army and moneymakers? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about GTII. Many of you asked the million-dollar question: can there be a short squeeze for GTII? Remember, GTII is an OTC traded stock, and you may or may not see the real-time data when you're looking into GTII. Basically, what we have seen for last trading session, we were down 2.66%. For last 5 days, we are down 21%. We'll be taking a look into the data, especially the short volume. Short volume is pretty high, 62.28, which is the FINRA short volume ratio. What that means is the total volume was a little over 900,000 shares. Now, volume is number of shares transacted during a trading session. Before I go ahead, I just wanted to ask you if you can hit the like button. That will be super helpful if you are invested in GTII. And if you want me to do a daily video, I need at least 75 likes on this video. Subscribe to the channel. We have been taking a look at many other stocks. We took a look at MULN. It went up, skyrocketed, 65% up. Take a look on my channel. We also talked about CTRM. From 53 cents, it went to 79 cents. And we are looking at $1 potentially, or maybe 85 to 90 cents based on my analysis. So take a look at that previous video, and you should be able to find very juicy, very interesting information. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, motivate me, write down in the comment section below hashtag GTII if you're really interested and want me to do daily videos. I really need to know if my audience likes GTII or not. And if you have questions around short squeeze, because this is looking super interesting, take a look. 62 short volume ratio out of 900,000 total volume. We saw the short volume of 565,000, which is massive. Before that, on March 30th, we saw 45, give or take. When we had more than a million in volume, we saw 477,000 stocks shorted. We saw when we had 1.6 mil, we were almost close to a million in short volume. That puts us at 55.91 in FINRA short volume ratio on 29th of March. We saw 66% already on 27th of the March. So pretty high short volume ratio. And if you take a look at overall, we see that 62.28% of exchange short volume ratio. In my opinion, it's a pretty high. Short volume interest percentage float is 0.41%. Now, if you take a look at various sites, you should be able to see the numbers, which is looking stunning high in terms of the short volume. So there is a potential short squeeze. This is an OTC QB stock since 2021. If you think about the float, their float is 75 million. The float is pretty high in my opinion compared to what we see for many other penny stocks, and outstanding shares are 306 million. Authorized shares 750 million, which is pretty high, but I'm not super worried about at this point when we talk about short squeeze. If you really believe that there will be short squeeze, write down short squeeze into the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the like button, motivate me. I'll make sure to do more and more videos for GTII if you really like. If you think about what happened to GTII in last 1 month, we are up 31%. So remember when I covered this stock when it was below $1 before a bit. So if I go back to year to date, you should be able to see that it was 80 cents. I covered GTII. From 80 cents, we already doubled the money. So congratulations, it's 235% up. So if you already sold this stock or maybe partial stock, we always talk about exit strategy on this channel as well. So congratulations to you. If you sold CTRM partial, congratulations to you. MULN was the another stock, 65% up. Congratulations once again. Now this particular stock went to $8.97 as high as in last 52 weeks. It went to 43 cents as well. So huge swing. We saw $2 in the last trading session on Friday, $1.80 to $2. In year-to-date time frame, we are seeing 56% up. What a massive run up that we have seen for this stock. So congratulations if you made it. Again, going back to my float, 75 million is the float, and OTC QB, again, verified profile, OTC QB, OTC member, and it has a transfer agent verified as well. Now, if you think about what what is going on with this stock. Mark down the April 15th date as well. Why? Because they submitted the corporate action request to FINRA for the stock dividend. Now, if you have a question what that exactly is all about, so let me tell you real quick if you don't really know. GTII announced that they have March 17th is their submitted the corporate action for FINRA to issue the dividend. Now, they are giving dividend in the form of stock. So they're going to issue 1-for-10 stock dividend for their existing shareholders, which means you'll be getting, let's say if you have 100 stocks, you're going to get 10 stocks in terms of the dividend. And it is said, and after previously being approved by the board of director, the record date for this particular event is going to be April 15, 2023. In other words, if you own that stock, if you own GTII stock, in our example, if you own 100 stock on April 15, you are eligible to get 10 stocks in terms of the dividend. Now, again, it's a publicly traded company, OTCQB on OTC market. It's not trading on NASDAQ. So there might be a little bit of a delay before you start getting all this information. You start seeing the stocks, so on and so forth. So everything in OTC market applies to this particular stock. Now, if you think about what is going on, why there could be a short squeeze. So number one reason, we have a huge short volume that you have been seeing, and that is pretty consistent. It's just not last day or two. It's been there for months. So you may see a run up, and the way we saw the run up in the past, if I pull the chart for 1 year, you should be able to see that we went to $6.68 on this chart, and we dropped back down massively, about 90%, 91%, $6.11 drop from our all-time high. And again, what I wanted to also say that it's from 57 cents, we went back up all the way to 3x, which is $1.80, or rather $2.11, 370% up, $1.88 where we are at right now. When we were about or close to $3, massive opportunity for many folks that they have sold. So congratulations. Now hit the like button if you already made the money, and let us know into the comment section below. Now, in terms of the volume, we are seeing deep in the volume. Now, this particular stock, what does it take for this stock to spike up? Number one, there must be some sort of action that we are going to see, some sort of news for GTII that we have been seeing. There are many people comparing this with MMTLP, one of our other favorite stock on my channel. So I'll keep you posted for GTII as to how it plays out with MMTLP in reference to MMTLP or next bridge hydrocarbon. But we saw the dip in the volume. We need to go and rise the volume up. But also remember that this particular stock is trading at close to $2. As we rise in terms of the price, we may see lower volume, because overall what we see is it is going to make many people to buy a lower number of stocks, so which is taken for granted. One thing that you also want to note is when we go up in terms of the volume, we tend to see the higher price. So when we were $1.88, $1.90, and we jumped up to 1.1 million in volume, we spiked up about $2. Now once we were at $2 and we again spiked up in terms of the volume from 900,000 to 1.2 million, we saw $2.50. So once again, remember that when you see higher volume for this particular stock, or many, as a matter of fact, many other penny stocks, you should start seeing the spike into the price points, the pump into the price point. Once again, $2.18 that we saw, we bumped up all the way to $2.20, again from $1.80 to $2.20 when we saw the higher volume. Now next week we will see there could be a squeeze, there could be a real action into the price point, and I will keep you posted. If you take a look at the chart, and I wanted to quickly show you that right now we are meeting with the moving average, the green bar or the green line that you see right here. It's the moving average. Moving average is $1.75, and right now the real-time price point is $1.83. Now what you want to see here is, for the most part, the moving average is below the real-time price point. In my opinion, that is a really bullish situation for any stock, and which means that the stock can continue momentum into the positive direction. If you go back to 1 month, we are seeing very similar behavior, where we started going up in terms of the moving price point, moving average, and real-time price point was all the time, for the most part, besides a little bit of here, we saw that the moving price point or moving average is below the real-time price point, even though when we started seeing a pretty reddish shape or the red bars or the sold volume, the short sellers cannot control the price point, and which is when we will start seeing the bullish pattern. If you think about the RSI, relative strength index, we are seeing 48, which means the stock is a little bit oversold at the moment, which will help them in the next week when we start the next week. Again, when we see the last 5 days, that's when we started seeing some fluctuation in terms of the moving average, but relatively it's a pretty low time frame if you think about the moving price point or moving average. But again, we did not really do bad at all, and at that price point we are seeing $85 versus $83, so almost the same. And we saw that the RSI is pretty much stable between 45 and 50 for the longest period of time. One thing that I also wanted to note, and I wanted to share that information with you, is this: Global Tech Industries Group Incorporation updates shareholder on contact with FINRA regarding the dividend request and has no plan for any other corporate action. So 15th April is once again mark down the calendar. If you really own GTII, you might not want to lose that dividend for no reason, because it's 10% of the total stock that you own, which is massive. 1 out of 10 is 10%. 10 out of 100 is again 10%. If you own 1,000 stocks of GTII, you're eligible to get 10 or 100 free stocks, which is 10% once again. Now, I'll keep an eye out. I'll keep you posted. But unless something is changed, you should be able to get it on April 15th. Now, once again, GTII company, they are announcing this, and this came out before a day, so I wanted to share with you. They announced that it has been further contact with FINRA regarding the corporate action request to issue a dividend to its shareholders in the form of restricted shares. Now remember, restricted share, for one restricted share for every 10 shares held by their shareholder. So this share that you're gonna get is going to be a restricted share unit, RSU. Now at that point, you really want to make sure that what will be the time frame. I'll keep you posted once again, because we don't know how long and what the period is going to be, but the record date for this is going to be April 15, 2023, based on the Yahoo Finance that you see right here on my screen. Since the board of directors initially already approved and authorized the management to submit the corporate action on March 9, 2023, FINRA has asked the additional information and clarification regarding the dividend request, which the company has promptly supplied. The company is focused on complying with any and all requests from FINRA. As we already see, OTCQB, they want to make sure that they maintain the status, and also in order to complete the dividend for its shareholder, and it is not any undertaking, nor has planned to undertake any corporate other actions in addition to what we have seen, including a forward and or a reverse split. So there won't be any reverse split that they are saying in terms of the common stock. Again, it's a great sign. So no reverse split. Many of you asked me that question. No reverse split for GTII at the moment, at the list that we know at the moment right now. Now, short squeeze, we will keep an eye out next week. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.